Hello, it's Chantel here, and you are watching Studio Expansion TV, bringing more passion, more profits, and more purpose to your studio. Now, today I want to show you how to design a marketing calendar for your studio. This comes in super handy if, let's say, for example, you're running a summer workshop and you want to know how to coordinate what marketing will go out in what week and make sure you're completely organized and on top of it, ready to get the maximum enrollments you can. So in a perfect world, we would have, 6 to 8 weeks of planning and marketing time before your workshop. That's to give people enough chance to hear about it and then take action as they need to. What I find happening is that a lot of studios are getting by on 2 or 3 weeks of marketing time, and then they can be disappointed when they have lackluster attendance at their workshop. So the way to fix this is to get organized, and how I do this is using a calendar. So I like to say 6 to 8 weeks in advance is when we need to start kind of getting this organized. So how I do this is I have a great big old calendar here, and this cost about $3.40, and you pick up some little post-it notes and you get yourself a marker and you just map it all out. So what I like to do is we start backwards. So we put in the date of your workshop, and then we would work, this is only 4 weeks, but literally you would kind of have 6 weeks in behind that you would kind of start building the word. And so then we look at all the different ways that we would be marketing this workshop. So we're looking at updating the information on your website. We're looking at having some flyers or postcards printed. We want to get some signage up in your studio so people can kind of see it, be reminded, prompting them to take action. What emails we're going to have in there, what kind of internal messaging. Up here actually early on, one of the best things to do is to get your team 100% across what the workshop's all about, when it is, give them all the information so that if they pass a parent in the corridor, they've got the information at their fingertips ready to kind of pass it on, which is really important. So one of the first things to do is to get your whole team together to start kind of talking about what type of experience you want to provide, how we're going to get the kids involved, what kind of bonuses or special surprises we could include. And so get them on board, and then we can start communicating this experience as we go. So we're going to be getting some flyers printed, getting the signage up in the studio, sending emails out to your kind of database of students. It's a really good idea to get some publicity, and I'm not saying put an ad in the newspaper because that can cost a whole lot of money, but seeing if you can somehow get an article that's related to maybe, if you're doing a summer workshop, maybe there's not enough opportunities for kids to do really productive activities, or maybe, get your kids off the computer and get them performing, something like that. See if we can get an article about that in the newspapers. Maybe you want to go to the local preschools and kind of have a little meeting, do a little kind of free session as a kind of invitation for them to attend the workshop. And then maybe you might have in the studio, you might have like a little promotional session where you bring some teachers in, or they do a little mini workshop as like a promo for the main workshop. We might roll out an invite a friend, so every current student gets a postcard so that they can bring a friend to this one. Getting your Facebook ads running, generally you want to give about 2 weeks for the Facebook ads to start working. You need that long to be able to kind of test and measure to see if they're responding, if the targeting is right. So that's a really good thing to do. And then in probably the week before the camp, you want to have a team meeting, bring everyone together, start kind of mapping out, okay, how is this going to run logistically? What do we need? Where do we need everyone to be, and get everyone on the same page? And then we start ramping it up. So we want to have maybe a Facebook competition the week before as well. Start getting people excited. The week of the workshop, or the week before the workshop, do another big Facebook promo, send an email out with a special bonus surprise, and then maybe another special announcement, really ramping people up with reminders before we get to the actual workshop itself. So I hope this helps you get a better idea of how you can manage this lead up time. A really fun thing to do, I've seen some studios, is when they do it, like when we've had the team planning meeting, you're done. Scrunch it up, throw it away, never need to think about it again. So that way you can really so you've done what you needed to do and you're totally organized. So my biggest tips to help you make your next workshop a complete success by using a marketing calendar. The first one is to give yourself more time than you think. Give 6 to 8 weeks to get together your marketing calendar and start building the awareness in your studio and community. The second tip is to choose lots of different areas to promote the workshop. And you can even use different colors to be able to represent different ways you're going to be marketing, whether it's online or offline, internal or external. You can kind of get creative with your colors. And the third thing is to keep this handy, keep on track, keep referring to it. Maybe you can have a big wall calendar, like one of those big whiteboard style ones, and have everyone in your studio aware of what's going out when, what needs to be done, and just keep the momentum of your team, geared towards promoting this workshop. So what do you think? Is this marketing calendar system something that you could use in your studio to promote your next workshop? Let me know in the comments below. And if you've got a studio director friend who has a workshop coming up and you think that they would benefit from learning this information as well, please send this video on to them so they can kind of start using this system as well. That would be lovely. And if you want more tips on how to grow your studio and attract more students in very easily, head on over to studioexpansion.com where you can register for our email updates. This is where you'll get invited to all of our free trainings. You'll get lots of video content and some secret little bonus materials that I only share via email. Thank you so much for watching this episode, and I'll see you next time on Studio Expansion TV.